It's September 25, 2025. So September 25th, 2025. There's no rush. The rush is in your mind. There's nowhere to go. In a hurry. When you go somewhere, you're taking your body with you. The life that you are. Our whole world slash society, they always want to get to know something fast, faster and faster and faster. But the truth is, it's actually when you slow down, you notice things. You see the details. More importantly, wow. I just got splashed on by water. He's driving like an NPC. It's alright. When you slow down, you actually get to know God. You'll never find him you'll never find him by moving fast. You'll never find happiness by moving fast. Never. You'll never be at peace on your head. You'll never be at peace if you're moving fast. Yeah. Hello, Elena. Because when you think you're going to get information, you want to get info faster and faster. But the way God operates and the whole reality operates, it's very slow. Yeah. So if you're moving fast, thinking fast, you'll never reach God. Yeah, the eternal happiness It's inside of us. You want to get entertained, but that's just your mind playing tricks with you. People always want entertainment. That's because they want to feel God. There's nothing to actually know. What you actually want to know, and this goes with everybody, you want your mind to stop thinking. Wow. Because when your mind stops thinking, first of all, you don't want to know anything anymore. The only reason you want to know something, you want to know, and you want it now, and you want it fast. The only reason you want to know something is to get it off of your mind. That's the only reason you want to know something. Else you won't want to know anything. And when you stop thinking and stop wanting to know intellectually, you actually feel all the answers inside of you. It's called intuition, and you can feel it 24/7. Creation is proof of God. Yeah, we only exist right now simply because we're seeing it. More so, we feel it. The only thing you actually want to know, anybody who's gone to college, anybody in Harvard, what you actually want to know, the answer you want to know, you want to feel life. It's straight up being in the feeling of life and not being in your head. Yeah. So when you stop thinking, wanting to know, then you feel the best you ever will be. Because we are not a thinking apparatus, as we've been taught. This is why we want to be a kid again. But we already are. You're just identifying with your thinking. Me, 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 me. You, 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 you. We actually just want to feel our life. You can be in the feeling all the time. And when you are in the feeling of life, what happens is you don't need to think about anything and guess, because all the answers come to you. So your intuition is actually it's 110% true. There's no letdowns, and it is who you really are. Someone asked, how do I deal with negativity? Well, I don't have to deal with negativity. Now, that's not going to be the same for everyone. I know that. More importantly, when you become happy, just even when you become happy, nothing affects you. Okay? It just bounces off of you. So it's only when you let something affect you. But what really affects you is from the inside. Your thoughts about it. So another thing is, when you become happy all the time, majority of it, it's a feeling. It just radiates out of you. You don't have to do anything. It just goes. You literally don't do nothing. Only you can block your happiness. No one can block it. So why people are miserable and they hate their life. When you feel happiness, when you genuinely feel it, you make happy choices. So there is no negativity in your life. If you haven't reached this state, God bless you all. If you haven't reached the state of happiness and you have negativity in your life, all you have to do is is two things. Anything that's negative in your life that you don't prefer, you change your thinking to what you do prefer. You change the negative, that's the narrative on your mind. Instead of viewing it as negative, you change it to a positive. And you keep changing it to a positive because you'll eventually feel you're better. Yeah. Thank you, Kev. Yeah. You've been running through my mind all day. Yeah. Eternal happiness, it's what you're searching for. You may know this. but you don't know where it's at. Because the search for eternal happiness is inside of you. Nothing is outside of you. Your whole life is your description. Everything that happens outside of you is your reaction. It's not actually even really happening outside of you. You would just tell me your reaction. And everything that you're thinking is your description. So you don't actually know nothing. And if you think you know something, you can prove it to me right now. Because any there's nothing to believe about in this world. Simply, if you sit still enough, you will feel this world. You will actually feel God. And that way you don't have to believe shit again. A belief is something you do not know. What God really is, He is the feeling that's keeping you alive. So if you can feel the liveliness that keeps you alive, then you will feel all of eternity. And it's right inside of you. So, a belief is something you do not know. And I feel God. It's the only thing that you can actually feel. And everybody can feel this. Thank you, MK. Thanks for being here. Looks miserable here. I mean, it pretty much was sun shining for 2 to 3 weeks. I mean, it was the best weather for 2 to 3 weeks. You know, so yeah. I mean, it has been raining like since yesterday. I am in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Yeah. The the greatest weapon that there ever is, and this is why you can't be controlled. Anybody that talks about the government, I don't view the government as bad because they basically taunt you, whether you know it or not. But the only weapon there really is, and the greatest weapon, is the one inside your mind. It's simply what you tell yourself. Because your reality is just your description, whatever you tell yourself. When you start talking about the government, and there were times that I did when I was like 20, 19, 18, you're going to have to get over this. For one, that's why it's better to get over it now. And when you talk about like something else and you pay attention to it, you're giving your power away. Yeah. It's the little things. We were discussing like this at the beginning of the live. Yeah. Yeah, it's the little things. You automatically feel happier when you slow down. People that are moving too fast, they want to get to know something. Tell me, tell me, tell me. You'll never know what I'm talking about. You'll never know life. Happiness comes from being still. Simply, it's not a thought process. It's actually when you drop all your thoughts, then happiness arises. There are no problems when you stop thinking. There's no more debates. There's no more I hate this person. The space out here, because there's space between me and all this stuff, these objects. This is God. And your thought blocks God from entering. And when you empty your vessel, then this space out here, it fills you. So you actually get to know the space out here. You feel it. Oh, you subbed? Thank you. No, but I like when it rains more so at night. Okay. Yeah, the rain actually calms down the whole atmosphere, and it also energizes it. if you actually go out in the rain, I only have the umbrella because of the phone. You're actually going to feel you're going to probably feel your best simply by going out in the rain. It will actually clear your thoughts. You can call it baptization by God Himself. Yeah. My connection to God is untouchable. Yeah. Once you feel your life, it's the same as feeling God. Then you feel everything. You don't care about knowing anything else intellectually. It's the end all to life. Simply, you become life itself. And since you know the life that you are, this is the truth. No one can tell you shit. You won't have to react to anybody. Everybody wants you to get on their emotional level. Just don't react. And see how happy you become. They want you to react. But we're not supposed to react. And then you're going to feel all the joy in the world. What's the secret in slowing down? Well, simply slowing down. Doing any activity, just do it slower. So you can become aware. And then if you do stuff slower, if you do stuff real slow, your mind will slow down. I do have a Korea course, which basically stills your mind. Okay? It works for sure. It's made to do this. But do I recommend buying it? It's $350, but you have it for life. And it's the direct way to know God. But you can attack it from any angle. Yeah. And when you do take the course, you have it for life. And it's hands down the best thing. But there are a million other ways. Yeah. Yeah. Slowing down would be telling yourself you don't need to go anywhere. Telling yourself you don't need to think anymore. The whole reason that you think, like you have a question, you want to know something, but what really you want to happen, and I know it sounds crazy, You actually want to stop thinking, because then there's nothing to know. Your thinking actually wants to end. Because as soon as you get an answer for something, well then it's not on your mind anymore. Yeah. What you actually want to know, you actually want to feel. That's how you really know something. Yeah. So, putting an end to your thoughts, taking your time with everything, just sitting, looking out in nature, whatever interests you, because we're always trying to get somewhere, but that's an illusion. Wherever you're trying to get to, usually in a rush, you're taking your body with you. So, thank you. It's the little things. God bless you for being here. You got your first good rain over there? The simple reason people don't want to find God, they just don't put in the effort. You're always going to want to know something more. You're always going to want something more. Yeah. And the only thing everybody wants is to feel God. You can know about Him. You can read scriptures. You can meet a Buddhist monk. You can read the Bible. You can know it word for word. You can also follow all the teachings, but you actually want to feel it. The whole Bible came from inside anyway. That's why they say we are the vessel. That's why they say we are the temple. The church that you see outside of you, or a temple, it actually came and was built from the inside. So, when I started this live, a car ran in a puddle and splashed water all over me. I could have got mad. I could have upset the rest of my day. But it didn't affect me. I wasn't mad at the person. I felt nothing towards the person. I had no reaction. How was I supposed to react? I hate you. I hate it. I hate this. Well, I don't want to feel that. Hate is something you create from the inside. Okay? So when you feel hate, you're not agreeing with agreements. You just agree with everybody. You just say, yeah, okay. Even if you don't necessarily agree, because they're trying to argue, they're trying to invest their anger inside of you. Simply, your thoughts create the energies that you feel. Let's say the last time that you had sadness, you didn't just feel sadness out of nowhere. It came from a thought. Your thought, the way you felt about it, more so your perspective. Hey. Dogs. Yeah. Thank you, Pure Blood. Yeah. We all want the same thing. It doesn't matter who you are. Whatever you try for, you want eternal happiness. And you don't have to try externally, outwardly, because it's already generating inside of you. It also comes with other benefits. It's actually the most peaceful thing. When you're actually happy, you're actually peaceful. To achieve happiness, you simply become the most calm you can. You feel the happiest the more calm you are. Yeah. Because everything is generated within, but the feel of life, of what we actually are, is happiness. It never ends. There's no words for it, but it's actually when you go out of the thinking mind, you stop thinking, you body scan, and then everything's peaceful. There's nothing going on in your head. There's no problems. You need to work on delivery? That's the thing. I'm already perfect. There's nothing I need to work on. Because there's simply that it doesn't exist. saying it exists, I'll just be debating with your mind. And then I'll be conforming to your thoughts, trying to be in your control. I you got to understand that I don't think I'm smart, and I've never ever said that. And if I did say it, I was saying it because it's just out of funniness, probably on a YouTube title. But more importantly, you can know everything because knowing it actually comes through feeling. That's actually it. So this whole reality, even my consciousness, it's all the same one consciousness, okay? And it doesn't matter how deliberately we talk about this, because it's all one, and words and thinking don't bring us closer to it. Okay? That's why wanting to know stuff, always wanting to know stuff in your head, you only want to stop thinking. And if you want to know something for so long, it doesn't matter what it is, it will actually hurt your head. I know. You'll actually get physically hurt. So, we're just tapping into the almighty consciousness that's here. Okay? Now, just hearing about it is a big plus. Okay? Most people are acting like cavemen. They'll never get to this. It will take many lifetimes for them to come here. Because the leap between the physical and just becoming aware, there's no leap. Yeah. And what happens when you slow down so much, then your brain stops. You merge with reality. It's not like I go all the way to Egypt or Africa. You can if you focus without actually going there. That's what happens when you dream. But more importantly, you become one with the existence. This is what people mean. There's no more thinking about it. You simply just become the feeling of existence itself. Yeah. God itself. And like I said, God in this feeling of life, it's prevalent among all things. It's more going out of you think you know in your mind, to actually letting it all go. That ponytail. I prefer my hair to be up. Yeah. I just like the way it feels. Yeah. Simply, I feel life. Some people are not gonna like to say, like, hear. You know, God works through me. Simply when I set my ego aside. God has a message for all of us. It's a unique message. But the fundamental feel of life is the same in everything, in everybody. Yeah. Angelic light orbs surrounded me. Yeah, no one has said anything yet. I want you to prove anything that you think. Prove it to me in the comments below. Prove to me your thought. All right, we're gonna roll down to the newest comments. Okay, so waking up has nothing to do with anything outside of you. If a 99% of people, especially people online, they are full of shit. Because the waking up, it doesn't matter if it happens with the world. Even if the whole world becomes enlightened, you are still not enlightened. The only thing that can possibly wake up is your awareness. Yeah. A lot of people just say nice things. Maybe just some people. But a lot of people actually don't feel God. And to make it clear, I've always felt him. I didn't actually know what I was feeling, though. I wasn't aware of it, though I felt it. But now that I'm aware, I can always go back to it. Yeah. And a lot of people that talk about God, even if it is positive, you're not going to get the transmission from them because it's a transmission. It's more so a feel that you'll feel from that person because they don't actually feel it themselves. It's just the hard, cold truth. It's not that I'm better than anybody. I'm not better than anybody. And fundamentally, we're all the same. The majority are not serious about finding true happiness. Yeah. The only reason you don't have happiness is because you think you don't. Your thoughts are the obstruction for the light, for your happiness to come expand out of you. Is your skin smooth? My skin's probably gonna be the smoothest it can be. Yeah, because I do semen retention. I've held my semen in for 2.5 years. Not that it even matters. And when you eat animal fats, the more animal fats that you eat, the more smoother your skin becomes. Yeah. So Marcy, yeah. Eating actual animal fats, will, first of all, will calm you down. And then your skin will be glowing. .302 Sean said, positive energy is the best natural force. Yeah. God is positivity. I 100% agree with you. Yeah. You don't even have to try to be positive. It's actually just a natural sequence of who we are. Since our life is living, and it's always in this state of living, it is positivity. Only your mind is the deception. Nothing in nature, if you just look out at nature, nothing is negative. Only you, by your description, are making it negative. Your viewpoint about me, your viewpoint about Charlie Kirk, even your viewpoint about Jesus Christ. If it's a negative, it's a limited perspective, well, then you're going to feel negative from it. Yeah. So, all right. But you have it in 2 years? Yeah. Overcoming anything, but definitely too much information. What are you talking about, like the sex and the? Are you talking about the sex and my smooth skin? I I don't care if you think it's smooth or whoever. I don't care what anybody thinks of anything. That's your freedom. You can think whatever you want of me, and you can judge me in any way. But simply when I feel life, none of that matters. The only thing that is real is the thing we feel. Yeah. No, what happens though, you don't understand this. What happens though when you don't ejaculate, you actually get to know God sooner. It's the number one most way to get to know God. Simply, it gives you stillness. Simply. Yeah. Do you have to do it? No. But once you find God and feel Him, then you can stay and do whatever you want. But you'll see, to stay in God's presence, it takes energy. Yeah. It takes energy. It may be too much information, but it has to be said. Yeah. Thank you, Ryan. Yeah, my happiness turns into laughiness. Of course. Yeah. There's nothing outside of you. It's all pointing to look back inside of you. And then you actually become connected with it and feel it. Yeah. Looking like this, I don't think about, I don't actually feel my physical body. That was through a couple of things. Yeah, there was a sequence of events where I was sitting outside of my body and my mind, so the whole shebang, for 9 years. I know I'm not experimentally, I know I'm not the body and mind. Even more so, like I said, there's a bunch of things. I don't have ideas attached to the body anymore. And to the outside, it may seem whatever you think it is, but it's really just there. It's just what you're seeing, not what you're thinking. But when you give up all your bodily attachments And when you stop thinking about the body, you actually become free. So people may see me one way or something, but I'm free of thinking of that. Yeah. Yeah. And don't get me wrong, there was a time when I was 19, 20 years old, all the way to like 13, I had attachment to my body. I did. Okay. Now, the thing that I see is beautiful women. They're cursed. A lot of people are cursed. They become infatuated with how they look. Their mind is always about how they look. You don't even see yourself. Yeah. And then you're always thinking about just something that doesn't even matter. And if you look at somebody's eyes, you can see if they're self-obsessed with themselves. Yeah. The body is going to die. It's made to bring you attachment to this world. Else there would be nothing here. Yeah. The kingdom of heaven is in oneself. Overcoming anything. Yeah, I just made a post about that yesterday. Yeah. I'm not afraid of anything. Anything you're afraid of, you're not actually afraid of. You're just afraid of the thought. Thanks for the donation. Don't let what you cannot do interfere with what you can. Yep. God bless you. Yeah. Yeah. We should capitalize on our strengths. And it's more so about, are you deliberately doing this? Are you giving your all? Because a lot of people, they don't put their whole heart into something. So it's not about what you don't do, because we could name a million things. It's about, do you wholeheartedly do it? That's what matters. That's what matters to God. To you. You see, when you wholeheartedly want to do something, it becomes your drive. It becomes your meaning. If you're not going to do something wholeheartedly, you're lukewarm. You're wasting your time. That's probably most grandest message. Thank you, serving my Redeemer. Yeah. I've actually been trying to grow this right here with the same amount of time as all of this. I don't know why this won't grow. Yes, I do have a girlfriend. And there'll be a surprise soon. It's the best girl I've ever met. I've never met anyone close. Do you pay taxes on super chats? YouTube takes a third of any money that you get from super chats. So if you donate me a $300, they take 33%. Okay? And I don't get money from YouTube. Not yet. Nor is that like my grand scheme of plans. Like, doesn't matter. But yeah, YouTube does not pay me. Only I get donations from people right now. The king of memes. Johanna Larson. That's an interesting name. Yeah. The kingdom of God. They want you to think that you can't have peace and that you can't feel God right now. Because you can. Me feeling him, and even just being happy for anyone, you get to feel him too. It's actually resonating in your body. Yeah. When you're stuck in your ego, in your mind, it's kind of like darkness. It's kind of cloudy. Yeah, I gotta switch this. Sorry. Yeah. Again, it's not who you really are. Yeah. The thing is, there is no heaven outside of you. It's simply the way you're resonating and feel. Yeah. And it's the best feeling. It's not something to interpret. It's not something to think about. Yeah. The problem about a lot of things, people are chasing money. And it's not a bad thing, but you're not chasing your heart. You chase your heart, You live the most grandest life. The most fulfilled life. You chase money. You're going to end up living a miserable life. Yeah. We are deceptionalized in deception. We see all these people on TV, especially the famous people. They're not happy. I'm telling you this. They're not happy. They only show us when they're happy. I'm telling you this. We think these people live grand lives. It's not so true. That's just what they're showing us. So we think that we have to like idolize them, or that there's something more than us. Yeah. I mean, I personally don't like seeing cockroaches. Yeah. That's one thing I don't like, seeing cockroaches. Not a fan of whoever invented mosquitoes. Yeah. He talked to me. Yeah. There's just too much chat for me to hit everything. Else I would hit everybody. Trust me. I don't really see too many snakes. Yeah. Yeah, so maybe when I go somewhere else I will. The reason why somebody makes it in their life, simply they were committed. Yeah. A lot of people want to do something, but then they just don't go take action. Yeah. They say they're unworthy, yada, yada, yada. Your mind is the greatest weapon. It's far more than any actual gun or artillery. And you usually use it against yourself. I'm not this. I'm not worthy. She doesn't like me. Yeah. You could be sitting in the middle of a war zone. Think about this. But if you feel utter happiness, peacefulness, if you actually feel the divine God, then it doesn't matter what's going on around you. Maybe to everybody else. Make it a 3-head. Yeah. Like I said, I honestly don't even think about my hair. Yeah. I wish it was a little longer. It's really about it. Yeah, you will see her, Lego. Yeah. No sex in 2 years? I never said I didn't have sex. I said I didn't ejaculate. Yeah. Because what you want to feel when you have sex what you actually are. You can actually have an orgasm inside of you without actually ejaculating. Thus, you conserve your energy. You can go longer. And you can feel orgasm endlessly. Thank you, Joanna. I didn't really find her. She actually came to me. But thank you, Joanna. Yeah. I noticed the water, it adds more sound. There's more sound. But I wasn't looking for anybody. Yeah, so she came to me, basically. And I'll say this. The best girls that I've ever met were the ones that talked to me first. Yeah. Thank you, everybody. I mean, I'm bewildered too. Yeah. I never even knew a woman like this even existed. Yeah. Yeah. Obedience, child of God. That's a good name. God is our compass. And we have to basically body scanning when it feels right. That is God. He's saying, hey, this is what you should be doing. If you're stuck in the mind, you're not listening to God. It's really loud. He works through our intuition. But when you're stuck in the mind, why we see evil people, they're not aware of how they're feeling. So are they actually bad? How could they actually know then? God talks through us by saying, oh no, don't do this. That's wrong. You feel it. The moral compass, if you feel good and it feels right, that's God telling you that. Yeah. And it's really a blessing. See, This has been happening to me all my life, but I never knew about God. And of course, there were times that I didn't listen to my intuition. Okay? Some people just never listen to it. But the more you listen to it, which would be called obedience, then the more he fulfills. He calls me babe when nobody's around. I'm Swedish, laugh aloud. Yeah. Yeah, I guess that name is like a Swedish name. There's there's a girl on YouTube, she's has millions of subscribers. She's from Sweden, and it seems like one of the most beautiful places. And her name is Joanna. Yeah. Woot woot. Yeah, we used to say that in Ruinscape. My mustache is wonderful, thanks. Yeah. Thank you. I guess it looks like a catfish. King of memes. Alright, we'll roll down to the... Hello, hola Miles. I just seen my Mexican friend. Well, he's the one who waved to me in the car. He's actually like around here. Not today though. Yeah. Yeah, I'm a lot of things. First you have to become enlightened. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. That's definitely true, the king of memes. Pretty pretty interesting name. Yeah. Um yeah. The big emotion right now in society, and because they want you to feel this, they want you to feel injustice. They want you to revolt. There's nothing wrong with this. But if you act out of anger, you're only going to be angry. You know, I'm not saying you can't take action, but you have to do it out of love. Yeah. That's something a lot of people have. They're not going to do it. You're going to see it. Yeah. People are going to do what, because people are going to do what they want to do. And really, it's an emotional response. Yeah. As soon as you have to act out of anger, there's nothing wrong with it. But you're going to feel something you don't prefer. I'll be going to like Oregon and Washington, California next year. But I stay in Pennsylvania right now. Yeah. So I don't know if you're asking me serving my Redeemer. Yeah. So, I mean, I like it the way it is. That's why I don't groom it. We're here to celebrate life. We're here to help other people. We can't expect nothing. That's the joy of it. We're supposed to give love without asking anything in return. God is the return. Being joyful is the return. And being in the presence of God. You haven't lived until you consumed raw catfish? Yeah. Well, I think my girlfriend actually eats that. She catches catfish. So I'll probably end up eating that. Ironically. But I agree with you, King of Memes. Can you do a forward roll for your fans? Uh, Probably not in this condition. Yeah. Yeah, the feeling of when you have sex and climax, or when you masturbate, it's a feeling inside of you, and you can generate it with inside of you. It feels way more immense. Yeah. Only true love will feel as immense as God. True love. Because your body's touching each other, and when you're touching it, it's a physical stimuli. It's not the definition or the feeling of who you are. The feeling is the greatest thing in the world. It's already inside of you. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm going to be here tomorrow morning. God bless you all. I'm probably going to leave here soon. Let's go back to the beginning. Life is therapy. Hello, Levi. You got an alliteration. The lamplighter. Your joy can bring joy to the whole world. One positive thought can affect the whole world. Did you know this? You're very powerful. You're the most powerful list. For God works through you. Let's see, this. Yeah. I like the name Lamplighter. Probably like 7 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow. 7 a.m. It's 7 a.m. Eastern. Yeah. It's we don't think that, are positive. Let's just say you smile at somebody and they're miserable. They're having the baddest day of their life. But maybe you say, "How are you?" to them. Out of your kindness, your love, now that person smiles and they go on to do the greatest thing for Earth. They become something like a prophet. Maybe they actually become the queen of humanity. If it was a woman. Just off a smile and saying hello to somebody. Don't expect anything back. Thank you, Lego. It's nice to see you here too. Orat Fleming. What time do I go to bed? I mean, sometimes I don't sleep that much. Yeah, it varies. Yeah. Yeah. It's very hard to say, but 9 p.m. So whatever that is in military time. 21. Any time above 21 usually. But the key is, if you do certain practices and techniques, you actually require less sleep. And I've been invested into these techniques for anywhere from 1 year to 2+ years, specifically to sleep less. Yeah. So I can't say a specific time that I go to sleep. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah. MK's been with us for like probably a whole year at this point. I know, and yeah. Hmm. I just gave MK the Korea course. Yeah. Oh no, that's not. That's a different MK. I'm sorry. That's now there's two MKs. For it is God who worketh in both. Yeah. None of this exists without God. Yeah. God bless. um, MK, if it's the same boring shit, well, then you don't have to be here. And that's only boring to you. It's literally the most exciting thing to me. And it's literally the best thing to me. Yeah. But you're allowed to think however you want. there, there's nothing. Hold on. I wanted to show you this. That's the thing. There's nothing to work out. The only thing that is possible to work out is a problem you've created. And that's more so on your mind. Because essentially, there is no problem. MK Ultra. Yeah. Attempted identity theft. Yeah. But I do know there is like a lot of Matthews. Yeah. And there was a lot of Matts that would come in here and other people. I haven't seen them in a while. But a brick wall that you're running into. Yeah. Yeah, this is the umbrella one of my neighbors tried to steal. Well, I guess he thought it was lost. Yeah. Yeah, no, I really like that little dragging statue. But I did like the little flamingos. I didn't see them at first. Yeah, I mean, I'm flattered, MK, that you said that. But you're a gift too. We're all gifts to the world. It's only when we think we're not. More importantly, God put us here, to do His will. Yeah, see, Lego already knows. Lego knows. Yeah. Yeah. See, people think that I'm serious, and I am serious about God, but underneath everything, I'm always giggling. Yeah, I could be a stand-up comedian, but that's not my wish, and yeah, I could say a lot of funny stuff and make fun of a lot of people, but it doesn't feel right. Plus, I'm laughing all the time, so it doesn't. Yeah, it's nice to see you here, the king of memes. Like, this sounds like the place, that you would be at. And soon we're gonna have a physical place where everybody can come. Soon. Basically for free. But a lot of my YouTube titles, even a lot of the stuff I say, even though it may have a meaning, it's coming from a place of love. It's coming from a place of laughter. So you may see me have a crazy YouTube title, but it's it may seem like it's very, I don't know, provoking or evoking, but it's never that serious. Yeah. Whoa. Yeah, I'm glad I met you too, Lego. Why control? Yeah. I mean, yeah, I mean that's like I actually love that whack-a-mole game. And I've definitely seen ones with trolls. But that game was always, it always stood out. Something about that whack-a-mole. The thing about my mission is I'm coming after everyone. No one's getting left behind. We all have a king and jester inside of us. itchy. Well, God. People may think he's like this serious person. I'm telling you, he is the biggest joy. That's why he gives you joy. And he laughs at all the time. Yeah. Really, what the devil is, basically, he is a jester. That's where he gets his persona. Yeah. That's why that even the devil, people think like he doesn't have quote unquote good qualities, but he has qualities. Yeah. The devil himself and everybody in general, they like to laugh. You see it in the movies. The evil people are always mwah, ha, 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 ha. They're always laughing. But that is true. That's a great acknowledgement. Yeah. Find him here and get a job. Hello, Joe McCollin. Yeah, but that is so true, Levi. Lamplighter, like... Still got that cigarette from yesterday. The never-ending cigarette. I'm glowing like a polished egg. Yeah, if I wasn't Dr. Eggman, then I wouldn't live up to the name. Yeah. Yeah. Nothing is going against you. Only you go against yourself. Yeah. But I do eat like a lot of, in particular, raw eggs. You'll look like an egg. In fact, I ate 2 this morning. And I'm a mod. Yeah, I mean, it's... I don't care if people make fun of me. I think it is like the epitome of a relationship. But it's when someone doesn't know you and they're trying to like make fun of you. Yeah. Their intentions are different, you could say. Yeah. Like, I grew up around some of the funniest people. Everything's funny if you see it that way. But I grew up around funny ass comedians. So like I can really roast somebody. But I don't do that. I don't do that. Yeah, yeah. Any positive thing that we feel, that's God showing himself through the feeling. We might not see him, but we feel him. Thank you, Joe. Rum rum. Yeah. Nice to see you, JM. And but what's up, boss? Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's yeah, people think that like when you surrender that you're giving up yourself. That you're making life harder. Yeah. You're just giving up all you thought. Yeah. That's why you and the Lord, you're one and the same. Yeah. I mean, he literally always wants us to feel him. So, and once we merge with him, then simply, we feel what he feels. Which he feels everything. It's our divine right to be happy. Yeah. You're the good guy we talked to. On the label, if I could find a way to do what, Ryan? Yeah. And I've been in here for like 2 hours now. So, a chaotic God, yeah. Yeah, he is experiencing life through us. You're definitely right about that, Ryan. Yeah. It's like, but I'm more than happy for whatever God gives me. And the views on my lives have been going up exponentially. So, and if they go down, hey, they're gonna go back up. You know what I mean? Like, wow. Yeah, I mean, everybody's saying great stuff. We are the bees and God is the flower. I like that. Yeah. If the bees, funny enough, it's my favorite Korea technique. The bees, the way their resonance They actually uplift your spirit. So beekeepers have some of the healthiest and longest lives. Simply the sound is very soothing. Yeah. Oh, roast people? Yeah, I thought there's some people on TikTok that do that, and you know, maybe it's just like it's not my calling. Yeah, I mean, simple as that, really. Yeah, I mean, if I wanted views, like a whole ton, I would be just doing some crazy stuff. You know, a lot of people do crazy stuff, then they realize it's not them, or they just don't want to do it anymore, and then they search for God. But then they have a whole fan base or following. I don't like using those words, but then they say like, "Oh, now I have a whole following. I can just say I believe in Jesus now." And now the whole following goes towards them. But yeah. Yeah, but it's not like I said, I could do a lot of things. Yeah. But this is like the main path. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. A lot of people, especially on YouTube and just anywhere in life, when they say money is the root of evil, that's because people are just doing stuff for views. They're editing videos. They're not editing it for anything for you. They're editing it so they can get money. They don't even really want to do it. And do you see where the problem is now? Now you're watching just basically garbage because it has no meaning behind it, but everybody's watching it. Nor did the person even care because they're just trying to catch your attention. It's just meaningless money. Yeah. It's not what they really want to do. So they you know what I mean? You could have all the money in the world and go after money, but it's not actually what your heart wants. Yeah, that's a roast this week. Rap battles pedal. Maybe. I mean, I think roasting is pretty good. I think a lot of people though, like, you have to really. A lot of people are just not a good roaster anymore. Yeah, I mean, I get roasted in ways every day. Palm Springs, yeah. I mean, I'll be going to California probably more around San Diego. Definitely next year. Yeah. Yeah, we're taking all YouTube to real life. Yeah. Yeah, I don't like saying like subscribers. Yeah, I don't like those words. Yeah. Cuz people will be like, "Yeah, Natalie Rose, I 110% agree with you." Um it's people like, I understand that they edit the breaths out of the video. They're already talking fast as shit. When I listen to them from my perspective, it just hurts me to listen to them. They're just da 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 da, and they're editing the breaths out of it. The breath is spiritual. These people don't understand it. And it's not that I don't like them or anything like that. It's like they're all these, now we have all these people competing. That's why people don't even like YouTube anymore. Because everybody's competing for money. Oh, I have to make the thumbnail look the greatest. I have to make it look like everybody else's competing thumbnail. And it's just like, and then you just talk about what everybody else is talking about. Yeah. And then like that's all you know because it's all you see. It's like crazy. Yeah. Yeah. I appreciate that, Natalie. Yeah, love is infectious. It is. That's why I think like some um corn stars, there are people that actually want to express their love to it is sex. It is. But fundamentally, I understand why some of them, it's only a few of them, they actually want to express it in that way. It's true. Maybe not forever, but sex is just trying to get closer to God. But love, it is infectious. It's who we are. It's naturally just spreading. Yeah. The thing is like people will say like, I'm real or authentic. The funny thing is like, first of all, I never really believed. It's not that I didn't believe in God, but I didn't know what they were speaking about because no one really tells you. But I was always real and authentic. It's just how I always was. But now you could say I'm even more. Yeah. But, uh, yeah. Most people just aren't being real and authentic. That's, it's crazy actually. But, yeah. Probably gonna end this because my phone is gonna get drowned. Uh, Matt the Visionary got a new job. I don't know if he wants me to say where it's at, but he's working like all mornings. Yeah. So he's perpetually been busy. And last time he came, he did come in here, and like he came in at the beginning, and he was trying to block and ban like all the trolls. And I told him no. I was like, just don't do that, because then they bring other people in, especially recently. So I don't know. He just left. He said he had to go anyway. They're not affecting me, and no one's affecting me. And more so, other people get the people who I really want to reach, you could say. The trolls actually, exemplify that. So I haven't really been blocking anybody or whatever. You're the best roaster? Yeah. Why San Diego? Because Lego's from there. Just a big city in California. Maybe it's outside of a big city. Wherever the most people are going to be liable to come, MK. Yeah. It's just like a rough guess. I haven't, like, it's not actually set in plan, but I'm not going to be here anymore. Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about, Jim Hoover. Rich people don't even use money. It's about all power. Yeah. Yeah. It's more so it's the resources about them. Keep my yours and mine. Yeah. I know the thing is I know a bunch of people at this time, or at least a couple people, and you can see them on TV. They have money. They are not happy. And nonetheless, you can get money. It's very easy to get money. You're just gonna have to. It depends what you want to do, though. It's not about really getting money. God's gonna work for you. If if you work for God, He's gonna work for you. As in controlling things and just making them come into your life. Yeah. But I got to get out of here. Yeah, so can I, Ryan. I completely agree with you. You just need more tools in your toolbox. Yeah. Money's possible to get. You just have to see the possibilities. All right. Yeah. God bless everyone. This guy's my favorite Messiah. I mean, Hello, Simon. Yeah, my phone's like completely wet. So I'm signing off right now. God bless you all. We're all here to make it the Garden of Eden. That's your specific role. I'll see you guys.